And that's the Wheels of Fury episode where we talk about wrestling, sometimes MMA, sometimes
random shit.
Yeah, that's basically how it goes here.
Yeah, I brought my little notebook here because I wrote a few things down about, well, just the week itself. Well, a few things about the week itself. So,
well, before we get any further, let's address the Enzo situation.
The Enzo Amore situation.
So, I heard a lot of things. I heard this woman's a wacko. Well, for those of you that don't know, you probably already do.
Apparently, there's been some sexual assault allegations about Enzo Amore, a stray random woman, and you know, I seen a interview that she did. I guess you could say it was with, I think, TMZ or something like that, and she was describing what he did to her and her trying to resist and all this other stuff. And for me, watching it, there's just something about it that she seemed like she was full of fucking shit.
Yeah, and you know, this is the thing, is that, like, who knows what happened, and as much as I can bash on Enzo Amore, or whatever his real name is, whatever, it doesn't matter, I don't think that he would stoop to that level.
No.
There is no fucking way. And for the WWE to go a few months later, or weeks later, and say, hey, you know what, we're gonna can ya, that's wrong.
Well, you see, here's the thing that's really interesting about it, is initially it started out with just WWE suspending him, flat out suspending him. I don't know if it was for like 30 days, 60 days, however long it was, I don't know, but I see they just flat out suspended him. And then I guess as time went on, and then this woman comes out, does an interview with the details of the incident in question. WWE just went, okay, suspension's not enough, we're firing him. And so they fired him.
Oh,
and so now, of course, the Cruiserweight Championship is now vacant. We'll get to that in a little bit. But, you know, one thing I find with people that get sexually assaulted, doesn't matter what degree it is or what was done to them or how bad their experience was with their assaulter.
Yeah.
Usually, when they talk about it, they're very distraught, very upset. They're usually crying. They're, you know, visibly distraught about the whole situation. This woman that I seen talking about her experience with Enzo, she was talking about it just like you and I are talking right now on the camera.
Yeah.
Like, she went into detail, kind of detail about what happened, but she didn't really seem all that upset about it.
Right.
And that can kind of be a indication as to possibly, maybe not necessarily a publicity stunt, but maybe just trying to get some attention. And another thing I noticed is, as she was explaining the night in question, or the day in question, whatever it was, she said, quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
Almost like with you, I'd be fucking with you.
Yeah.
That gets edited out anyways. But yeah, you're right. She seemed to be full of shit.
now there are some indications that you can look for to tell if a person is lying. And if you pay really close attention to her, she seemed very honest about the incident. It just seemed like it was well thought out.
Yeah, that's true.
Now I'm not saying this woman said, "Hey, I'm gonna pick some random famous person to say they sexually assaulted me, and I'm gonna try and see if I can ruin this guy's career, ruin this guy's life, and try and get petty for it or anything." I'm just saying that Enzo and this woman, if he did it, okay, he did it, but it just seems like almost scripted
Yeah.
in a way. Like, I'm gonna put this out there, I'm gonna say this in this way with these people, I'm gonna make it public, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, and I wish I could say what I want to say, but I know that's not the case.
Yeah.
Like, if a woman were to rape a guy, I don't know how documented that would be,
Yeah.
but I won't even get into that.
And another thing about it too is, for all you women out there, if you ever do get sexually assaulted, don't be afraid to come out about it.
No.
Be honest, be open. There will be people there that will support you through it, love you, care for you, and the police will do whatever they can to catch the person and everything like that. It's just with this woman, she seemed kind of a pro at it.
Yeah.
But we'll digress from that.
Yeah, and vice versa, if a guy gets assaulted by a woman, then you don't be afraid. I don't care how macho you are, but
I don't care how big you think your balls might be. Nobody's got bigger balls than to admit they got sexually assaulted.
yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway. So we began with WWE. Well, I missed Raw, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I know in one of my reviews I said I was going to go up to your apartment, but
That didn't happen.
no, because I was editing my video.
Yeah.
And it took a long time, so I did hear a few things, both. Heard a few and saw a few things.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what happened?
Well, there was a match with Asuka and Sasha Banks that was really good. I would say Sasha Banks gave Asuka one of her most difficult challenges as far as an opponent goes. I would say top 2,
Yeah.
maybe 3 would be Sasha, Ember, and possibly maybe Nia Jax.
Yeah, for sure. I think Asuka brought a lot out from what I heard. I still have yet to see the match, but I heard it was fucking awesome.
Oh, they brought out the best
Yeah.
in each other, and a little bit of the worst too.
Yeah, and I mean, Sasha's been in a lot of great matches. The last woman standing, Iron Woman match,
But yeah, Iron Woman,
Falls Count Anywhere with Charlotte Flair.
Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, so she's been doing really well, This whole women's revolution thing is awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, like I mentioned, when I was a kid, I didn't pay attention to Sherry or or Alundra Blaze. I just skimmed through it. But of course, through the years, with Trish and Lita, Victoria, Ivory, AJ Lee, whether you like it or not. And now you have this new women's division with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks. These women fucking bring it out more better than the men.
And you know, women's wrestling back so long ago was, okay, we need a time filler. You go up to the ring, have a match, 30 seconds, a minute, minute and a half, no more than that, and then you come back and we'll carry on with the show. Women's wrestling didn't really seem to be taken all that seriously. Now, as time went on and things progressed, and the women got more athletic, I guess you could say, women's wrestling started to get taken a little more seriously.
Yeah.
When you got Lita, Trish, Molly Holly, Gail Kim, Kelly, Tori Wilson, Michelle McCool, Layla, Stacy Keibler, Jacqueline, Ivory, Chyna, an endless list.
Yeah.
That can go out and put on a fantastic match. It was like, it got to a point where the women were having such good matches and the fans wanted to see the women more, that eventually WWE went, well, let's give these women longer matches then. Instead of 30 seconds, a minute, minute and a half,
Yeah.
go 15, 20, 30 minutes. And just go out there and put on a show and be part of the show.
Exactly. And I think, you know, they don't get enough credit.
Yeah.
And so now it seems like they're starting to give a shit about these women and how
Yeah.
they have great matches, and then they are.
Yeah.
And I mean, think about it. 10, 20 years ago, do you ever think that you would see a Hell in a Cell with a women match, or a Falls Count Anywhere woman match, or a hardcore woman match?
Yeah.
I mean, you got Trish Stratus and Victoria, Survivor Series 2002, but
Yeah.
there was a lot that they didn't do back then.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, fuck the women gown.
Yeah. Screw the evening gown matches. Screw the bra and panty matches. Screw the frickin' lingerie pillow fights.
Yeah.
Screw the gravy bowl matches.
Now, to be fair,
Yeah, to
be fair, it was a different time, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that was cool.
I mean, hell, did you ever think in your lifetime you would ever see a main event anything?
No, not at all.
Raw, a SmackDown, a pay-per-view?
No.
And it seemed to be throughout majority of the 90s, well, even probably before then, women were looked at as non-athletic, non-competitive goodies, you could say.
Yeah, like, I mean, and the only people that come to mind, you know, Lillian Falcon, Smoother, or Mae Young, or Mildred Burke, and even then, like, women's wrestling wasn't really that popular, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There was, I won't bring this up though, and I'll bring it up when we do our second installment of our favorite matches.
Yeah.
But I was watching Mid-South Wrestling, and they had Leilani Kai versus Princess Victoria, who I never really knew about till then.
Same here.
It was like, holy shit, that is probably one of the best women's matches I've seen back then.
Yeah.
In 1982, you know,
yeah.
imagine that. So, it wasn't possible, it's just, you know.
Yeah, Leilani Kai is one of those women that got pretty good notoriety in the big leagues, but didn't really get high enough praise in the wrestling business. Princess Victoria.
Yeah. Some Canadian native, and yeah, can't remember where she's from, but
Yeah,
neither here nor there.
true.
So what else happened on Raw then? John Cena versus Finn Balor, that's right.
That too. Pretty good match.
Yeah, and I just, again, it's nothing against John Cena. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. And it was brought up, I can't remember who said it. It was like, the Royal Rumble, last 4 men. It was John Cena, Roman Reigns,
Shinsuke Nakamura
Finn Balor.
Yeah.
So you have Triple H's guys versus Vince's guys. And I thought, you know what? That's pretty good. Because here's the thing. Triple H, as much as he's a CEO, he's still a professional wrestler. Whether he wants to admit it or not. So he's going to bring out the best professional wrestlers around the world.
Oh yeah.
And then you get the guys, Vince's guys. Vince more so the entertainment, the sports entertainment aspect. These big jacked up guys who don't have very many moves, but whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I think the Royal Rumble, Shinsuke Nakamura winning isn't necessarily a bad thing.
No.
I'm sure you could still do something with either John Cena, well, hopefully not, or Roman Reigns in the main event.
Well, I don't know what main event, but
Oh no,
high on the card at least.
yeah. So I didn't see this match, so I can't judge. But I only saw a picture of Finn in the Adam. It's not the AA. It's maybe it is.
Yeah, probably.
The one John Cena had him up and he was doing this.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Yeah, John Cena went for attitude adjustment on Balor and kind of a fun rib on him. He gave him the old too sweet thing, and it's like, okay, clever, but Balor ended up kicking out anyways. Yeah. And speaking of up and coming wrestlers, up and coming international wrestlers, you could say. There are some good people coming up pretty soon to keep an eye on. We'll get to that a little later.
you got it. So, yeah, that might have been the gist of what happened on Raw. I'm not sure.
Raw essentially was an overview of the Royal Rumble, but there was also there were some matches in there too.
So before we go any further, new inductees to the WWE Hall of Fame. That's right. Team 3D, the Dudley Boys.
Yeah.
And you know, it's about time. And I thought about this last night too. Well, it depends. Third or fourth person to be inducted in both WWE and TNA Hall of Fame.
We got the Dudleys,
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle,
Sting,
Sting.
Hogan.
Yeah, Hulkster.
So, then 6. Well, anyways, here's a tag team that broke down the barriers of hardcore.
Yeah.
They were one of the wrestlers of hardcore. And, you know, they had multiple championships. I think they were IWGP Tag Team Champions.
Yes.
WWE Champions. ECW Champions. WCW Champions when WCW was part of the Invasion angle.
TNA Tag Team.
TNA Tag Team. So it's finally time that we put these guys over and the WWE Hall of Fame. And I'm very happy to see that, you know. And it's like, okay, you had Bully Ray with his injury.
Yeah.
Now going over to Ring of Honor, and we'll talk about that too.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's long overdue, and I can't wait to see how their speech is gonna go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, anyways. Back to the show.
Yeah. Now, Raw mainly was talking about the Royal Rumble and matches in the Royal Rumble. other than that, there wasn't really any huge things that happened.
No.
I mean, okay, you got John Cena, Finn Balor, Asuka, and Sasha Banks. I don't really think we should go down this route, but we'll bring it up and talk about it if we want or not. Roman and Miz again. Yeah. And
Kane and Braun Strowman, last man standing.
that. It didn't go very long.
No, I figured. When the fuck are you gonna push Braun Strowman? You know, the guy is long overdue, and you're dicking him around. He's gonna end up like a bunch of other people and go fuck off to TNA or Japan. Or whatever. Like, seriously, this guy should have been the champion a long time ago. In fact, make him the champion. Either Fastlane or maybe, I don't know, WrestleMania.
Yeah. It's one of those things where he gets built up so much, but WWE, for some reason, just won't follow through.
And it's pathetic. You know, and I don't understand. You hire somebody, fucking use them.
Yeah.
God damn it. Like I said this before. But, whatever. You know, one of these days you're gonna get it.
Yeah. Eventually.
So SmackDown was good too, actually.
Yeah, not bad.
You know, I think that this whole escapade with Cammy and Shane is kind of fucking still gonna go on because, I don't know, whatever, but Shane McMahon wants them to go into a tag team match with Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles.
Yeah.
And I like the backstage excitement with AJ and Shinuskae. It's like, and I don't care how stupid it was, I thought it was funny.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna beat them tonight. We're gonna get ready for a match. I'm gonna beat you at WrestleMania.
Yeah. You want to talk strategy or what? I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania. So, is that all this is going to be? Or tell me you're pulling my leg. Tell me you're grabbing me and finally Nakamura goes, yeah, I'm fooling around with you. It's like, okay, AJ trying to focus on their match and Nakamura is just trying to get into his head, like, I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You know I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania. It's coming. I'm going to beat you. And it's just like, as much as it's been an anticipated match between the two of them in WWE, it goes to show you really kind of good friends.
Oh yeah.
They will joke around with each other and poke fun at each other and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
While simultaneously still being able to get in the ring and kick ass.
Exactly. And, you know, it's just one of those things where I can't wait to see how their match is going to go in WrestleMania. Whoever thought this would have happened? And I don't care if you're not a fan of independent promotions. This is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys had good matches in New Japan, and it's just a wait and see to see how this is going to go. Do I think Shinsuke Nakamura can become the new WWE champion? Well, you had a Mexican WWE champion. You had an Iranian WWE champion.
And an Irish.
And an Irish WWE champion, so what's the difference? Like, what,
Yeah.
you know? I know that maybe he's not the best talker, but he's very charismatic, so it'd be very interesting to see him as WWE champion.
Yeah.
So, there was another women's match in there, too.
Well, Charlotte came out and she was talking about the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble match. Her and Alexa being in the ring with Asuka and Ronda Rousey coming out. And, you know, they're having her moment in the song and then just talking about going to WrestleMania and being women's champion by the time she gets to WrestleMania. And out comes the Riot Squad, and they're talking about Charlotte's all about herself, me, I.
Yeah.
This, that, and the other thing. And Charlotte's like, well, if you want to prove a point, get in the ring and prove it. And the three of them get in the ring, and Charlotte held her own fairly well.
Yeah.
And then it all came crashing down. It was basically
Oh yeah, she got knocked the fuck out.
a shot from behind to the knee, and then the three of them just... Yeah, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan put one heck of a beating on Charlotte. And you were kind of expecting Becky Lynch and Naomi or somebody to come out and do something, but no. They're Charlotte getting their ass kicked by the Riot Squad and nothing's being done about it.
Yeah, and that's kind of a shame that nobody would come out to help her, because you would think maybe Becky Lynch, but...
Yeah.
Anyways, there comes Footface herself. Carmella.
Oh, yeah.
With the referee, she's got the briefcase, and...
She's wanting to cash it in. Referee takes the briefcase. He's leaning out through the ropes, and he's trying to give the ring announcer the instructions. Carmella's cashing in the briefcase, and right as Carmella goes to deliver a drop kick, Charlotte's kind of gotten her wits back about her, and she moves. Referee gets a drop kick in the ass. He goes out of the ring, and Carmella is screaming at the referee, "Get back in the ring! Get back in the ring!"
Bloody murder.
Oh yeah, she's got quite the wicked scream on her. And then, so she's trying to get the referee to get back in the ring. And by this point, Charlotte has really regained her composure and gotten her wits fully back about her, or at least enough to have some idea of what's going on. And that's when Carmella was like, I'm just gonna grab my briefcase and fuck off.
Pretty much. And it's like, okay, so how long do you plan to hang on to the briefcase, play chicken, and not fucking, like, go for the title?
Well, see, here's the thing though, dude. At least with Carmella having the briefcase, well, though it was the same with Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
This is really the first actual tease or attempt at a cash in from her since she won the Money in the Bank contract.
Yeah, that's true as well.
So it'll either be maybe within the next couple weeks, Carmella might actually fully commit and cash in, or she'll wait until maybe WrestleMania or sometime sooner.
Yeah, who knows? She might pull a Seth Rollins.
She could.
For all we know, but... Really quickly talking about the Usos and them coming out. Now there's apparently a graphics thing where words would appear on the screen, and
Yeah.
I didn't really see it with Shinsuke Nakamura.
No.
Or I didn't really pay attention, but apparently it said Rockstar.
Oh yeah, it did.
So, they get the Usos, they come out, and they're talking about, of course, the Uso Penitentiary, and...
Yeah. Having the tag team division on lock, and every tag team that mentions they show like a cell door closing.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, it's clever.
The first two times were great, and now it gets old.
Yeah.
Still a good concept, but whatever, I guess.
Well, no, I think last year we talked about WrestleMania and how it got more technologically involved with, like, the snake following Randy Orton to the ring, and, like, the fire going down the long ramp and, like, around the ring. Well, visually, anyways. And
Yeah.
the pyro going down almost the full length of the rampway. I think this is a new addition to that, WWE getting more technical involvement?
Well, it's almost kind of like, and once again, you've heard it before, so cover your ears. No pyro, so let's make things easier. And we'll just add in, like, effects with the screen, give you the illusion. I mean, it's clever to a certain extent, but come on. You know better than that, you know? It's like, the magic is still, I don't know. You don't need it, but then at the same time, you need it. Like, Brock Lesnar's intro sucks now, because he's doing this, and he's coming out to nothing. I just realized what I did there.
Wow, chicka wow wow.
And, it's fucking kind of, I mean, you had Shayna Baszler come out, and she was doing some cool moves in the entranceway, and you could have had, like, Sparks come out, or whatever. But you didn't, you know, and that's just, to me, it's kind of disgusting, and it takes away from the magic a little bit, but whatever. I don't know what to say anymore at this point. It's just, whatever.
Yeah.
SmackDown was good, you know. I can't wait to see what happens next week with Charlotte and how she's gonna get her way with the Riot Squad. But,
Oh yeah. But I think she might go in order, like maybe Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan, and then Ruby, or Morgan, Logan, and Ruby. Either way,
yeah.
she's probably gonna save Ruby for last. Or she could deal with Ruby first. Who
Right.
knows?
Well, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, I don't know who's gonna face Alexa Bliss.
True.
So at least, well, I mean, Asuka at WrestleMania, obviously, but oh, we have to talk about this too. Speaking of women's revolution shit, or you know what I mean,
Yeah.
the first women's elimination chamber.
Coming up.
So they did have qualifying matches on Monday,
Well, that was for the men's side.
and now, yes, of course, that was for the men's side.
Yes.
But this year they're gonna have a men elimination chamber and now a woman elimination chamber. And I know a lot of people are like, well, that's retarded. Why did... Well, look. At least now you have no title on the line for an elimination chamber. You've got the men's, and, or maybe you do, who knows. But now you have a men's and a women's elimination chamber.
With the men's, it'll be whoever wins will face Lesnar for the championship, I think, at Fastlane.
Yeah.
With the women's, it's, I think, just a match.
Yeah.
There's not really a number one contendership on the line.
That's good. I'm looking forward to that, you know. Like we said, or like you said too. Well, we talked about it. You know, the women's revolution is fucking awesome. And
Yeah.
it's getting better and better each year, you know. But then we go to 205, unless we're done with SmackDown.
Yeah, you had
Bobby Roode.
Bobby on commentary,
Yeah.
and he defended the United States Championship at the Royal Rumble kickoff show, and the United States Open Challenge to Mojo Rawley.
Hell yeah. And next week, it's gonna be Bobby Roode versus...
There was a four-way match. It was Zack
I just
Ryder,
remember.
Jinder Mahal, Rusev, and
I think it was Xavier.
yeah.
But what I was gonna say, they did a backstage interview with both Rusev and Bobby Roode. And you know, and this is how cool WWE can be when there's entertainment involved.
Yeah.
It can be very entertaining. You had Rusev, and then coming up from behind her is... Yeah, I just said that too. Coming up from behind was Aiden English, and he's talking about Rusev versus Bobby Roode and
Rusev Day.
Rusev Day, and that was pretty cool.
Aiden singing, of course, and then you got Bobby Roode standing next to a calendar, and you can see on one of the dates he's got Rusev Day, and he circles it, and he's talking about having to defend the United States Championship against Rusev, and then where he circles Rusev Day, he fills it in with Glorious,
Yeah,
which was pretty cool.
yeah, for sure. But, 205 was good, and the new general manager was to be for 205,
Yep.
and it was pretty cool, and I never thought in a million years it would be Rockstar Spud, or, as he's called now,
Drake Maverick.
yeah, which is, yeah. But I'm thinking to myself, holy shit, how much Tanner can you use?
Nah.
Christ. But I think he's going to be a good asset to the show.
Yeah.
I was not expecting Rey Mysterio, but it's all good.
Well, you really could have thrown anybody in there, but
Yeah.
I mean, when you consider the fact you haven't seen Rockstar Spud in, I don't know, 7 months, call it maybe,
Yeah.
and it's like, what the hell has this guy been up to? Okay, 7 months might be a stretch, call it maybe 4 or 5. Anyway,
There were some good matches.
you kind of wonder, like, where the hell has this guy been? And then all of a sudden, poof, there he is appearing on 205 Live. He's the new general manager. And it's like, okay, kudos to WWE for packing him up and having him have a different spotlight and a different role other than being somebody's manager or somebody, a mouthpiece for somebody.
Yeah.
Actually have him in a creative role, you could say, and like have the ability to be in charge of something, rather than, like telling people what to do instead of being told what to do, so to speak. And I'm sure he can create some good matches. I mean, they're having a
Tournament for the Cruiserweight title.
I was going to say, I think it's a 16-man tournament
Oh.
for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Mm.
And they had TJP against Tyler Bate.
Yeah.
That was a good match.
Yeah, like I said, there was the British people, the British powerhouse. It's really awesome, and yeah, I think that even with TJP thrown in there, you could have a really good match.
There was something they said on there that I found kind of interesting. TJP's first wrestling, whatever you want to call it, was when Tyler Bate was being born.
Wow.
Yeah. So TJP has been in the wrestling business as long as Tyler Bate's been alive.
Well, that's insane.
I know.
Yeah, that's dated. It's true. Sometimes you get somebody facing somebody that's a hell of a lot younger than them. And obviously Tyler Bates, the youngest superstar now in the WWE.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. Also, we're going to talk about his match in NXT. But
Yes.
this match was cool. I mean, Tyler Bates always been, well, I've watched him, a very good wrestler
Well,
in the WWE. So it's very cool to see.
we can go even before WWE.
WWE can go to Progress, obviously. And
How about TNA, Impact Wrestling?
Tyler Bate?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Perkins.
I might have said that by accident.
Yeah, Progress and the United Kingdom tournament, and even appearances. Like he's done appearances for 205, NXT, and just overall, he's one of those wrestlers that's a rare breed because even though he's 20 years old,
Yeah.
his in-ring IQ is somebody that's,
Much wiser.
yeah, like, it's been said by commentators and I'm sure his fellow co-workers or whatever, his years in the business and his years he's been alive and what he can do in the ring far exceed that.
For sure. You know. I mean, look at Brian Kendrick. Here's a guy that started on SmackDown in 2003.
Yeah.
And, like, who knew that he was going to go all the way from Ring of Honor to TNA. Now, he's back in WWE after a long hiatus.
Yeah.
He's injured now, but obviously he's in a much better mindset.
Yeah.
He's doing really well for himself.
Yeah.
TJP, you know, I give credit what credit's due. He's done a lot of cool stuff too.
Oh yeah.
I think he was Suicide at one.
He was Suicide.
Yes, Suicide.
He was Manic.
Yeah.
And he was kind of a unmasked Manic. No, I think he went by a different name when he was with James Storm.
And I kind of forgot about that too. Like, I saw that. And, you know, you can't put two and two together. But anyways, yeah. So, and I'm watching the Amped tournament now.
Yeah,
I'm fighting that one.
Haven't followed that one myself as well.
So he did do a couple matches in there. You had Bobby Roode first, but he came out and he had the TNA title with him.
Yeah.
The King of the Mountain title.
Yeah, at that point.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Then, of course, you had the finals for the women's title was Christina Von Eerie and the Bullet Babe. And, you know, with Christina only having been in the business for not even a decade, she's fairly good.
Pretty much, yeah. I really think, you know, she's impressive. She can go anywhere at this point. Like, I don't know why I don't see her on TNA or Global Force now. Like, it's,
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? She might be someday, but
Could be.
anyways, yeah. 205 was good. Had, I believe, the Luchadors again.
Yeah, you had Grandma Talik against...
Yeah, I can't. See, I wrote some stuff down, actually, so I can't believe I didn't write any of that down.
Yeah.
Jack Gallagher was there. There were some matches. It was all good. I can't fucking think.
Yeah.
So, I guess it wasn't as good as some of the other matches that they've had in the past, but...
Well, when you only got a half an hour
Mhm.
to work with, you do as much as you can in a half an hour.
Yeah. Anyways, well, on to a better show. We go to NXT.
Can we start off with fucking TakeOver?
Oh, okay, let's talk about TakeOver then.
Holy shit.
Yep, we gotta do the clapping of the hands. Congratulations. Once again, fucking TakeOver Philadelphia. And you know, NXT, in my opinion, will blow any fucking WWE pay-per-view out of the water. Because they're awesome. I like it, you know. And I did my review. And it was, like, in my opinion, it was awesome. I don't know what was your take on it, I guess?
Okay, let's start with the tag title match.
Yeah.
For the majority of the match, it looked like the Authors of Pain were going to take the tag titles back. And then when Akam goes for a stomp off the second rope and ends his knee, and for a little while in the match, Bobby and Kyle are both working over his knee and just stretching him out and twisting him and grinding him and with her. And, you know, just torturing his knee. And the authors of Pain were able to get an upper hand, and they were going for the Super Collider, but knee gave out, and then one goes into the other, and but Kyle was able to get the pin on him. It was an amazing match for Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish to go up against two big dudes like that and hold their own.
Oh yeah,
really well.
Yeah, and I mean, I said match of the night was probably Adam Cole versus Aleister Black. You know, a hard-hitting match. Actually, no, the last two matches. Because you had Cien Almas versus Johnny Wrestling, and
Holy fuck, those two beat the
Jesus
hell out of each other.
Christ. I'm surprised Johnny Gargano isn't out of action. Because the way the back of his head slammed into that turnbuckle, you heard the ding. It was,
Damn!
Yeah. It was a good show, and like I said, it always impresses me every time. And it's like I watch other people's reviews, and it's fucking, oh, I can't believe the indies are stupid. What, you know what? Fuck you guys. You don't know shit. Come on.
Yeah. Go to Velveteen Dream and Cassius Ohno.
Yes.
Another fairly good match. It was funny having Velveteen Dream predict he's gonna knock out Cassius Ohno in 30 seconds or less on the pre-show, and it's like, dude, you can't hold a candle to him in the middle of the night in a snowstorm.
No.
Not a chance. But somehow Velveteen was able to get the win.
Oh god, yeah.
And it's like, wow. Kudos to Velveteen Dream for getting the win. But Cassius Ohno, man, there's gotta be something turn around for you, man. Honestly.
You thought about Ember Moon losing the title to Shayna Baszler.
Oh, yeah.
And, as the saying goes, she won the battle, but she didn't win the war.
Oh, yeah.
Or vice versa, who knows?
Like, Shayna Baszler was putting on an absolute clinic.
Yeah.
Against Ember and essentially making Ember look like a rookie.
Pretty much,
yeah. But Ember's knowledge and Ember's more experience over Shayna Baszler as far as being in the ring goes was able to stack Shayna up and give her the matchbook cover, as they call it, putting her legs and her feet over her head and just applying all of her body weight and able to retain the NXT Women's Championship. It's like, damn, that's a wrestler that can defy the odds and pull one out of literally nowhere.
Exactly.
And even if you go to Adam Cole and Aleister Black, now that's the way a fucking goddamn no holds barred match is supposed to go.
Oh,
None of this, oh, we'll use one steel chair, use one trash can, maybe tease a table and then just have your basic match. Nah, none of that pussy willow shit. Beating each other with chairs and garbage cans and going through tables and candlesticks and the markings on Aleister Black and friggin' Adam Cole's hand, his thumb messed up somehow, and just the brutality, the physicality,
but the fact is, if you don't think Adam Cole's tough, then watch the Royal Rumble next night. And who's coming out, man? It's Adam Cole. He's taped up.
Ribs taped up. And
Yeah.
all this other stuff, and it's like, damn.
It's fucked up, man, but it's awesome.
Well, hell, even friggin' Ember Moon competing in the women's Royal Rumble
Oh, I
match.
know.
Her arm wrapped up, she's sore as hell from getting shit kicking from Shayna Baszler. She was bound and determined
Oh,
she was
man.
going to be in that match. And,
Her altercation with Asuka.
oh, yeah.
Asuka doing, being cocky like and just mocking the arm of Ember Moon. It's just,
Renew her rivalry one more time, even if it was just for a little bit.
Oh yeah, and it was just like it was Asuka and Ember Moon, Trish Stratus and Mickey James.
Oh, yeah.
And you even had Trish Stratus, and well, Cameron had to cut it off, but that was the whole controversy of WrestleMania 23.
Yeah.
So yeah, both of those shows were awesome, and I can't wait to see what more is into coming.
But who would have thought at the end of the match with Johnny Gargano and Andrade Cien Almas, he'd have the appearance of Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, the
And it was like-
Sicilian psychopath.
Yeah, and it was like I said during our prediction video. If you had Tommaso Ciampa get involved in the match, it would kind of make sense, but it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. That made sense.
Oh yeah.
That worked. Now it's just a matter of Johnny getting healed up. Whenever Tommaso is cleared to wrestle and putting them two in the ring against each other.
Yeah. And that'll be awesome too. I mean, it's like you said in the beginning when we did the review, where Tommaso Ciampa cost Johnny Gargano the match, and then have Johnny Gargano come out on NXT and call out Tommaso saying, we did all these things, we were friends, and all of a sudden you turned your back on me, and you cost me the NXT Championship.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Oh, yeah.
So, that didn't happen this week, though. We didn't get any.
It'll more than likely come,
Yeah.
but
I mean, you had the aftermath interview with Shayna Baszler,
yeah.
and she's like, hey, don't ask me how the fight was, go ask Ember Moon.
Yeah.
So,
You're talking about things not going good for me? I'm the one that's still standing. Why don't you go make your way to the training room and ask Ember
yeah.
how it went?
So, still a badass motherfucker.
Yeah.
You had a match with Roderick Strong versus...
Roderick Strong and Tyler Bate.
And Tyler, yes. So, again, Tyler Bate on NXT taking on Roderick Strong. And, again, like Roderick Strong, a veteran in himself in Ring of Honor, coming to NXT. And this was a really good match, I hope that someday soon he'll be the new NXT champion. But I honestly thought this was for the United Kingdom Championship.
No.
But this was, no, it wasn't.
I believe it's like a little tournament or whatever for top contender for the
Yeah.
UK Championship.
Well, Roderick Strong beat Tyler Bate anyways, and...
Yeah, who would have fucking thought?
I know.
Tyler Bate lose 2 matches in 2 different nights. That's
That sucks.
And it was weird because in my head I thought, okay, if Roderick Strong beats Tyler Bate, then Tyler Bate should beat TJP for the Cruiserweight Championship. Or TJP can beat Tyler Bate, have Tyler Bate beat Roderick Strong for the UK Championship.
Yeah.
Or to go on for the UK Championship. And neither one of those happened, and it's like,
No.
wait, what?
I know, I was a little pissed off about that. But in due time.
But I mean, let's be real though. That performance between the two of them, holy hell, was not good.
Well, Tyler Bate can bring the best out of anybody.
Oh yeah.
I swear. And I mean, like I said, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face, they have British, strong style, you know, fucking awesome. The Japanese, strong style, fucking awesome. And it's like, you put Tyler Bate in any match, it's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be gold.
Yeah. Well, before we carry on to next thing, there's a few things here.
Okay.
So, for starters, there were some people in the audience at TakeOver that are soon to be on NXT. One of them is a guy that has done fairly well for himself outside of WWE. And it'll be really interesting to see where he goes in WWE. The one and only Ethan Carter III.
Fuck you so hard. Well, kid, you cannot fuck off to England. Christ. Well, I guess there you go. Got to see that.
Yeah.
You know, but whatever, it is what it is. Also, there has been talk of Jeremy Borash
coming to WWE and maybe doing commentary or interviewing or whatever. But I got to thinking, okay, say Borash does come to WWE. Who's going to partner with Matthews on commentary?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, that's a good question.
Well, that's yet to be determined.
Yeah.
Next on the list here I've got is a guy that very well sought off for himself in Japan. Very good wrestler. Very good at athletics, high flying, all this other stuff. A guy by the name of Trevor Mann. Now you're probably thinking, who the fuck is Trevor Mann? Does the name Ricochet ring a bell? Because that's who it is.
That's right. And I said this before, you're bringing out really good talent in Japan and Mexico. And, you know, Ricochet had a lot of great matches in Japan, and I can't wait. I'm looking forward to seeing him wrestle in NXT.
And of course, they also made mention of Candice LeRae being a signee with NXT, and of course, her and Johnny Gargano are husband and wife.
Yeah.
But lastly is a duo that was sought after as a very good tag team. They've been tag team champions. They've pretty much dominated where they've been, and I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys can do. The one and only War Machine.
Yeah! Oh yeah, baby. It's only a matter of time, and man, I can't fucking wait, because these guys dominated Ring of Honor, and even when Hanson came in, and it was like, okay, he's awesome, I like this guy. But then Rowan comes in, and it's even better. War Machine kicked a lot of ass in Japan. They kicked a lot of ass in Ring of Honor. I can't wait to see what this team does in NXT. And you've got feuds that you can potentially have. You can feud them with the Authors of Pain, or you can feud them with Sanity, or even Heavy Machinery. This is exciting. This is exciting part of Exchange, you know. Get one wrestler here, and you can move one other wrestler over there. And, I mean, with the exception of EC3,
Yeah.
this is going to be awesome.
You know, talk about War Machine against Sanity or Heavy Machinery. How about the two of them against Authors of Pain?
Oh yeah, that would be massive, man.
That would be
That would be
nuts.
awesome. That would be the best thing. But a take team that did come back on NXT, yes,
TM16.
TM16, the Australian duo.
Yeah, they've been out for a year, over a year, because of an injury to. He injured his knee.
Anyways,
So he needed surgery and recovered, and so now they're back.
and they beat the twins,
The Ely brothers.
the Ely brothers, and that was a good match. You know, like I said, NXT never disappoints.
Yeah.
So let's go on now. We go on to Impact, and I just watched Impact, so it was a good show. It was a match between Bala Bala Bang Bang Diddy Diddy, and he took on,
The new grand champion, Matt Sydal.
yes, and as much as I think Matt Sydal, like, I don't know where Bala Bala goes, and if he's a face or a heel, I don't know. I thought maybe they'd shake hands, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, I mean, it was a good match. I really enjoyed it. But it did go to Matt Sydal.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of close calls.
Oh yeah.
So it was, I mean, who knows what'll happen. You had Earl Finesse.
Against a new girl.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, Roxy something or other. That I can't even remember her last name.
She really bright red-headed girl.
Kind of looks like Alicia Fox. A little bit.
Yeah, I could see it. A shorter, chubbier version of Alicia Fox.
Yeah. Anyways, that was a good match. I mean, come on, Laurel. I think the only thing you need to drop is the lipstick. Come on.
Yeah.
It was a good match. I think that she's a good champion otherwise.
You got the sass, you got the attitude, you've got the mic skills, I guess.
But then out comes Allie.
And you dropped a crazy act a little bit. But yeah, Allie comes out, she gets involved and distracts Laurel, and this other girl was able to get the win, and of course, Laurel's losing her shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to see Allie face off with Laurel again, because
Yeah.
Allie does deserve to be the Knockouts champion.
Hell yeah.
So
We also had Bobby Lashley against KM, and the fallout from apparently now I guess Bobby Lashley has
the face.
sold American Top Team down the river without a paddle, and
And it just came right the fuck out of nowhere.
I
They had their match.
it was Bobby Lashley against Moose, and
Yes.
KM's trying to get involved, and of course Lashley wants none of it. In the end, Moose ends up winning, and of course, fucking Squeaky McSqueakington,
Dan Lambert.
Dan Lambert's reading Lashley the riot act, and of course, Lashley gets up and he's all pissed off, and KM gets in the middle, trying to keep them apart, and Lashley pushes KM, spears the fuck out of his
Oh,
sorry
yeah.
ass, and then throws Lambert into the ring, and there was a table set up by KM on the side of the ring, but Lashley didn't want to use it. Moose picks that up, sets it up in the corner, and of course there goes big old fuckface, dipshit, dumbass, cocksucker, motherfucking son of a bitch, Dan Lambert through the damn table,
Right.
and then here's this John Hard Nuts,
And he's got the fucking
Oh,
cast
he's
on and
brain
everything.
bandaged up, braced up, beat up, and it looks like Lashley's gonna level him, and it's like, no, I'll just pick you up and throw you down and then let Moose spear you.
The most vicious spear I have ever seen in a long time. Moose just fucking goes through, you know, and that was cool. So, yeah, Bobby Lashley is a face.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can dig it, I guess. But, you had LAX come out and they're talking about their match with Ohio versus everything.
The third ever in the history of the company barbed wire massacre.
Yeah. So then, of course, you have Ohio versus everything come out, and you have...
It's like, let's put this rivalry to bed already. We've got bigger fish to fry, we've got other things to do, other business to take care of, and of course, Conan's like, no, we're the big dogs around here, we're the whole freaking tuna. You got us to deal with, we don't like you, and all this other stuff, and while Conan's shooting off on Ohio versus everything, there's Santana and Ortiz and Homicide in the ring, and who should make an appearance but frickin' Trevor Lee and
whatever his face
Caleb
is.
Conley.
Yeah. What an asshole. Man, yeah, so now I guess LAX has beef with Trailer Park Trash.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sami Callihan
Yes.
was on Smash last week, coming out to good old Metallica. And of course, had a great match, a hardcore match with
Kevin Bennett.
Holy shit. And now, yeah, I really enjoy Ohio versus everything.
Yeah.
I almost thought Sami Callihan was gonna have a stroke. Everything!
Like, holy shit. Alright, settle down. Bring her down a notch or two. Don't friggin' croak.
Jesus. But that was cool. You had Eli Drake and Chris Adonis come out. Well, first, they were going down the outside, I guess.
Yeah, they were outside and they're talking about, oh, we're gonna have this the celebration of the life of Eli Drake, and it's gonna be a party, and it's gonna be a celebration, and, you know, referring to the fact that Adonis, their take on it,
Yeah.
is Adonis saved Johnny Impact's life, and, you know, grabbed a hold of him off the cable and gently put him. Yeah, gently my ass threw him on his face.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that goes on, and it was kind of a joke. Just have, you know, you're the best friend ever. You're the best dresser ever.
Yeah.
You're the best champion ever. And showing all these photos, and of course at the end you got friggin' Adonis in the turkey suit.
Yeah.
Eli Drake taking a pie to the face and all this other stuff, and it's like, I mean, for a life thing segment, it was okay, I guess. It could have been a little more funny, it could have been a little more involvement to it, and all this other stuff, but anyways. Chris Adonis is flipping his lid. That's not the footage I gave you. That's not the footage you're supposed to show. All this, that, and the other thing. And Eli Drake is trying to calm down Adonis. Is like, you know what? You rocked that turkey suit. That pie was delicious. And,
Yeah.
you know, they're going on about, I'm going to be a champion forever, and I'm whatever, and who should make a return to Impact Wrestling?
Austin Aries.
Exactly.
The guy that was the
WWE fucked over massively.
Oh yeah, you know, it really pisses me off because I just have to say, watching Talk is Jericho,
Yeah.
well, listening rather,
Yeah.
and he had Austin Aries, and he's like, okay, what happened with WWE? And he says, they had nothing for me. You had nothing for him. You had him face fucking Adrian Neville. You had him face him for the Cruiserweight Championship, a WrestleMania match, a Extreme Rules match, and you didn't give him the fucking title. You had him on NXT. You didn't give him the fucking title. You had him, and you wonder why your fucking titles, your fucking guys leave. Because you have nothing for him. Why did you hire him in the first place? Why did you fucking say, hey, I want you on my team. We want you in the WWE. But now we won't do shit with you because you're fucking whatever. So, that's what I want to see with Ethan Carter. I want to see you fuck him over. Yeah, that would be fucking awesome. But you won't do that. You'll probably give him the title and everything. You know, you're fucking pieces of shit for doing that to Austin Aries. He can be a champion in WWE right now, but no, you have to have Austin Aries leave because you have nothing for him. Well, fuck you guys. He's back where he belongs. Fine.
And now he's the champion.
And, yes, he had a match with Eli Drake. And it was a classic Alberto El Patron coming, you know. And
Yeah.
I think, yeah, beating Bobby Lashley for the title.
Yeah.
In the main event. So, good on him. You know, let's see where this goes.
Yeah.
Because it could be a lot better than what happened to him last year.
True.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I had to say that. But anyways.
And you know, it was kind of one of those things where it was like, hey man, anytime you want, let's dance and have a match, or you know, let's have a match for that championship. If you're calling yourself the greatest champion ever, buddy, you gotta go past me first.
Yeah.
And Eli Drake was like, no, I'm not gonna have a match with you. And you know, Austin's trying to goad him to come back into the ring, and friggin' Adonis clubs him from behind with the championship, and you know, they're beating him up, and he's like, alright, I will have a match with you. Well, fuck, if Austin Aries doesn't come back, kick out, come back, drop kick, brainbuster, hey, guess what, new champ.
Yeah.
There was also a match with Moose and Johnny Impact
Right.
against EC3 and Mr. Patron. And it was kind of funny watching El Patron and EC3 do that interview, because they're both like, oh, I'm number one. No, I'm number one. You follow my lead. No, you follow my lead. And, you know, whatever. With Moose and Johnny Impact, they're just like, yeah, we're buddies. Yeah, we're going to have a match. We're going to win.
Yeah.
Let's do this. So, with Alberto El Patron and EC3, it was a battle of the cocks.
Yeah.
And with Moose and Johnny Impact, it was just, oh, we're tag team partners. Let's go out and have a match. And we're on the same page. We're on the same side. We both like each other. We're fairly good friends.
Yeah. That's the tag team of the Crybabies versus the cool tag team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, and it's kind of, you know, I didn't give Johnny a fair shot in the WWE days, but he's actually kind of grown on me a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a point where Moose was gonna call him Johnny Mundo.
Johnny Impact.
So, yeah. It was a good show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ring of Honor was good.
Yeah.
You had...
It was short, but it was good.
Yeah, that's usually the way it is nowadays.
Well,
but...
no, usually Ring of Honor goes at least an hour.
Well, yeah, that's true. I don't know why it's that short.
Well, because before Ring of Honor was on, there was a movie or whatever the hell that was. But yeah, you had
Punishment Martinez versus Dobbs. Something Dobbs. Well, he was a jobber.
Yeah, okay.
Poor Dobbs.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, Punishment Martinez wins. Out comes Dalton Castle. And, you know, I think Dalton Castle can be a great champion too.
Yeah.
Maybe not great, but good. I mean, you gotta have faith in him at least, and you think he's doing a pretty decent job.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you wanna have Shinsuke Nakamura be the WWE champion, almost along those lines. See how Dalton Castle is with the Ring of Honor title.
Yeah.
We'll see how if Shinsuke wins the WWE title. You had the match between
Josh Woods and Jonathan Gresham.
yes, that's
Yeah.
right, and
Human Octopus.
yeah, and Jonathan Gresham won that match, I believe.
Yeah.
But it was a good match.
Yeah.
I remember that. And Grisham's a good wrestler, you know. I think he will be one day, if not Ring of Honor champion, television champion.
Possibly, yeah.
TV, yeah. You have Bully Ray come out again. It's like what? It's almost like a Kiss reunion tour. How many times are you gonna come out and talk before you actually retire? But you know, he comes out. He says, you know, well, actually, that's because they were in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
It's like I was born in New York City, but in the wrestling world, I was born in Philadelphia. So that was a nice touch.
Well, you gotta go more than that. That's just a half-assed
Oh, I know.
explanation. There was a match with Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer against the Briscoes. That match went on. Briscoes won. Bully leaves his boots in the ring as a symbolic retirement.
Yeah.
But Ring of Honor television, he said, okay, yes, I left my boots in the ring in New York. Well, that's only because I was born and raised there. But my wrestling career got started here in Philadelphia. This is the arena I should leave my boots in. This is the city I should leave my boots in. This is the ring I should be leaving my boots in. And so he goes through the whole speech. And then you got all the wrestlers coming out and surrounding the ring.
You got Jay Lethal, he comes out, and he's talking to Bully Ray, and he's thanking him for being supportive of the wrestling team. He thought Bully Ray would come in and he'd be a hard ass, and
Yeah.
not easy to get along with, but he was quite the opposite.
Yeah, anytime anybody wanted advice for something, they'd go to him, and he was very open with his opinions, his thoughts. If somebody wanted advice on what to do in a match or whatever it was, they'd go to Bully, and Bully was very giving to them.
Yeah. And so that was pretty cool to see that. And, you know, I get it. He wanted to leave his boots in Philadelphia just as well as New York.
He basically wanted to end his wrestling career where his wrestling career got started, which is in Philadelphia.
But, like I said before, I can't wait to see the Dudley Boys inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. So, it's going to be cool. Yeah. And then you had Kazarian and Daniels versus the Bullet Club.
Yeah. Well, Kazarian and Daniels and Scorpio
Sky.
yeah. Known as SOCAL Uncensored,
Yes.
against Cody, Adam Page, and Marty Scurll.
Yeah.
And of course you have the Kingdom ringside. And it was a really good match. I mean, the back and forth between the two teams was kind of like who wanted to be against who to continue their singles rivalry, I guess.
Huh, yeah. Yeah, that was a good match.
Because, like, Cody wanted Daniels, and like Adam Page wanted Frankie and Marty. Kind of put him with Scorpio Sky, even though they're not really at odds with each other. It's more or less, Cody and Daniels and Page and Kazarian.
Yeah.
But all in all, a fairly good match. And to have Bully Club go over was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good show. I mean, it was a short show, but it was a good show.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what they do next week.
Yeah.
So we're gonna end with Smash, which was another short show, but
Well, not really.
it was a good show. Like I always have good matches. Like I had Kevin Bennett versus.
A lot of what Smash was showing what happened last week.
True. Yes.
Yeah, but the two big matches, I guess you could say, were Sebastian Suave against TARIK.
Right. Yes. And
then
Money Banks.
Brent Banks against ZACK SABRE Jr.
In those two matches, well, ZACK SABRE Jr. and Brent Banks, awesome match. I mean, you had Kevin Bennett had a good match with
Sami Callihan.
Sammy. Well, that was last week.
Yes.
This week was him and what?
It was ZACK SABRE Jr. and Brent Banks.
Yes,
TARIK,
Kevin Bennett
Sebastian Suave.
and Sebastian Spark.
No. It was a one-on-one match. Not a three-way.
No, I understand that, but the first match was Kevin Bennett and
It was Kevin Bennett and Sami Callihan, which they showed from last week.
yes.
Kevin Bennett did not have a match this week. At all. Period.
Okay, so
There was just two matches.
I know.
Okay.
All right,
Glad we're clear on
Okay.
that now.
I thought he had a match. Okay. Yeah, all right. It was Sebastian Suave versus TARIK. Yes. Okay, we're clear now.
Yes.
Anyways, that was a good match. You had Uncle Phil come out and he's talking about how, Tarik's my brother and this is all business. This isn't anything personal. Whatever. So they have a match and, of course, Sebastian Suave wins. And then you have Anthony go, yeah, you know something? I am not finished with you. And then they beat him up some more. And then he's like, we're not done. And then he's like, I told you this wasn't personal, it was business. And we're not finished. And then they leave the ring. So, at that point, yes, they talked about last week and Tyson Dukes,
Yeah.
his match.
Frankie T. Ham against Evil Uno, and I building up the match with Tyson Dukes and Stu Grayson, and there was an interview with
Yeah.
Tyson and Frankie, and Tyson's going like, man, all they had to do was ask for a match. I'll compete against anybody, anytime, anywhere, and all this other stuff. And Frankie's got the snake. And
Yeah.
when they gave Frankie a chance to speak, boy, he didn't hold any punches.
No.
Blood.
And can't wait to see what happens next week, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, this was a good show too. Yeah, we got confused and that's weird because I just watched Smash right today, so I don't know why it goes over my head, but there it is. Yeah, I know. Anyways, so this was a good week in wrestling, and I can't wait to see what happens next week. Of course, like I said, WWE Network is starting to come out with Mid-South Wrestling, and I'd like to say NWA, but that's probably not it.
Could be.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. It's pretty cool to see stuff way back when that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And who knows what else they can come up with. Then of course you get the Take Challenge.
Mixed match challenge.
Yeah, those are gonna be, like, you can watch them on Facebook,
Yeah.
obviously, but I choose to watch them on TV on the weekend, so it was pretty cool. And I think it's more or less for children, because they dumb a lot of things down.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so this has been this weekend in the wrestling world. Do you have anything else you want to say?
The Royal Rumble was really good. You had some pretty cool fairly good matches. I mean, and the Royal Rumble match was very good. They have a few people in it that you wouldn't expect in it, and have a few interesting returns.
Yes.
Was pretty good. I mean, you had Andrade Cien Almas, you had Adam Cole, and then you had Hurricane and Ray Ray, and then,
Yeah, Hurricane I forgot to mention in my review.
yeah, who would have thought that guy could still go?
Unfortunately, he didn't last very long.
No.
But,
And
yeah.
even on the women's side,
Trish Stratus,
Trish Stratus, Lita, Michelle McCool,
Molly Holly.
Jacqueline, Molly Holly, Tori Wilson.
I mean, it's amazing to see all these superstars come back, and
Yeah,
they still look pretty good for their age,
true.
So it'd be cool to see what happens next. Like, as I thought, Rey Mysterio would come out on 205, but such is life. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next week.
Big ups to Asuka and Shinsuke
Yes.
Nakamura for winning both sides. It'll be interesting to see what happens next with Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, they didn't get sabotaged, but I don't understand why Ronda Rousey had to come out while Asuka was deciding who she was going to face at the WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Especially pointing at the sign a bunch of times.
Yeah. They're like, okay, you want to have a match at WrestleMania. You want to compete at WrestleMania. Fine.
Yeah. But anyways, so, for me and Matt, this is Killer Kyle, and of course Cleo, and we will see you next week.
It's almost as if Cleo has kind of become our mascot, because she's pretty much in all the videos we do, whether it be on my shoulder like this, or just walking by the desk or whatever. So
I know for the Christmas episode, I was up in your apartment anyways, but
yeah,
we got to see Benji.
yeah.
So yeah, it's cool. We're getting a little mascot. Anyways, so we will talk to you next time, and hopefully I won't stumble again. Bye.